gentlemen, families and friends, please direct your attention to the video screens where you can watch the view from the center of campus as students and faculty are lining up in preparation for their last walk across campus before graduation. The final walk across campus to the commencement ceremony is a long-standing University of Idaho tradition. This academic processional consists of degree candidates, faculty members, and honored guests. The Border Highlanders Pipes and Drums will lead the parade of colleges from the administration building down University Avenue to the Kibbie ASUI Activity Center. This tradition is the capstone to another University of Idaho tradition, the Vandal Walk. At the beginning of each fall semester, incoming first-year students are led across campus from the Kibbie Dome up to the administration building lawn, where they are served a barbecue dinner by the president, provost, and college deans. Today's procession symbolizes the completion of their journey through the University of Idaho as they travel back, reversing the same route they walked only a few years ago. While we watch, we will be serenaded today by the University Wind Ensemble under the direction of Alan J. Gemberling. So enjoy the view as our outside cameras pick up the procession on its way to today's 119th commencement at the University of Idaho. Families and friends, welcome to the 119th commencement ceremony of the University of Idaho. Please rise for the entrance of the graduating class of 2014, led by our outstanding faculty. The College of Graduate Studies, formalized in 1925. Leading the university's research and creative activities at the graduate level is the College of Graduate Studies. The college encompasses all graduate programs within the university. The Graduate College offers 79 master's degrees, from accounting to water resources, 3 specialty areas of education, and doctoral degrees in 31 disciplines. The college is responsible for university-wide excellence in graduate education and training, serving over 2,200 graduate and professional students at 5 campus locations. Graduate students, in collaboration with faculty, have helped the University of Idaho earn recognition as one of just 5 research universities in the Northwest with the distinction of high research activity from the prestigious Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. Through their work in the classroom and laboratory, students in the College of Graduate Studies are making significant contributions to important global issues, including the development of alternative fuels, the preservation of natural resources, the building of sustainable communities, the advancement of space exploration, and many other areas. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, founded in 1901. The college is led today by highlight student Caitlin Steinkamp. Her major is Animal and Veterinary Science, and her hometown is St. Louis, Oregon. Caitlin has exhibited a dedication to her academic studies, undergraduate research, and service to the CALS and UI student organizations that provide a shining example of what it means to be an exemplary student at the University of Idaho. The college has 35 graduate and undergraduate academic majors offered from 7 academic departments. CALS has 203 faculty located on campus and around the state of Idaho, serving over 1,200 students. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences leads research and extension efforts related to biodiesel as a renewable fuel, the potential impact of climate change on Pacific Northwest grain production, factors influencing the economic health of rural communities, and variety improvement for many of the crops grown in Idaho and the Pacific Northwest. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences is a world leader in research and extension efforts on potato variety development and production practices. The college has also developed strong partnerships with Idaho's wheat and barley commissions and a private international seed company to enhance research on cereal grain variety development. Research on dairy production and management has helped Idaho move into 4th place nationally in milk and cheese production. The college has recently put a focus on developing innovative extension programs on financial literacy for Idaho's youth and families through a partnership with Northwest Farm Credit Services and CoBank. The College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences is the oldest and newest college at the University of Idaho. It began as part of Letters and Sciences in 1900, and its current configuration dates from July 2006. The college is led today by highlight student John Noon. His hometown is Moscow, Idaho, and he is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. John has been awarded a multitude of awards and scholarships and has been accepted to the University of Washington School of Medicine. His ambition is to graduate with an MD and Master's in Public Health. The College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences has 116 faculty members and 3,263 students pursuing an undergraduate degree in one of our many disciplines. Students in the College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences can earn a bachelor's degree in 19 different subject areas. The college also has 237 students seeking a graduate degree in English, anthropology, history, music, philosophy, political science, psychology, or theater arts. The College of Art and Architecture, re-established in October 2005. The college is led today by Highlight student Shayna Kiefer. Her hometown is Boise, Idaho, and she is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Interior Design. Art and Architecture has 6 programs: Architecture, Art and Design, Bioregional Planning and Community Design, Landscape Architecture, Interior Design, Virtual Technology and Design. They offer 10 degrees and have 45 faculty. The Architecture program's Integrated Design Lab averages $1 million annually in externally funded research, making it the largest university energy efficiency research lab in Idaho and the largest in the Pacific Northwest. Since 2004, the IDL has consulted on over 14 million square feet of energy-efficient construction, delivered education and training on and conducted research on energy efficiency totaling over $5.3 million in external funding. These efforts are estimated to save Idaho business over $1.2 million in annual energy expenses, translating to nearly $10 million in new economic activity annually. The Virtual Technology and Design program is significantly developed and currently engaged for the next 5 years in over $28 million of funded research spanning 4 states: Alaska, Idaho, Nevada, and New Mexico. The grants are funded through the National Science Foundation, EPSCoR, and Micron Foundation grants. The College of Business and Economics, established in 1925. The college is led today by Highlight student Lydia Swift from Yacolt, Washington, with a Bachelor of Science of Business in Management and Human Resources. Like the university, the College of Business and Economics has a rich history of producing thinkers and global citizens who are leading Idaho, the Northwest, the nation, and beyond. The College of Business and Economics attracts 1,300 students to their programs in 7 disciplines and a Master of Accountancy. The college now offers an Executive Master of Business Administration degree in Northern Idaho. Accredited by AACSB International, the college is only one of a small number of institutions that has received separate accreditation for its accounting program. The College of Business and Economics is known nationally for its innovative business curriculum, IBC. It also hosts one of only 20 accredited professional golf management programs in the country. Students receive hands-on experience in money management in the Davis Group and the state-of-the-art Barker Bulls and Bears trading room. Student-run businesses include Vandal Solutions, where students provide professional marketing services to local businesses, then return the profits to the college to fund student programs and activities. The College of Engineering, established in 1907. The college is led today by Highlight student Ingrid Kuda. Her hometown is Idaho Falls, Idaho. She is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, and her honors include Alumni Award for Excellence and the Dean's List. With nearly 100 faculty, 50 staff, and 1,700 students, the College of Engineering is one of the premier engineering colleges in the Northwest. The college is known for its educational programs that provide both hands-on design and research experience, as well as sound fundamentals. The College of Engineering offers 9 undergraduate degrees and graduate degrees in 13 areas. Leading our state and region, the college pursues research in a variety of fields such as transportation, cybersecurity, microelectronics, sustainable energy, and water management. The College of Education, established 1920. The college is led today by Highlight student Megan Cobb. Her hometown is Boise, Idaho, and she is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Physical Education, Exercise Science, and Health. Her future ambition is to continue her education through the Physical Therapy Doctorate program in fall 2015. The Department of Movement Sciences faculty member Belle Baggs is currently working with the National Dance Education Organization to support field testing for the Dance Entry-Level Teachers Assessment, a national examination that will shape and enhance the training of dance teachers. Dr. Alex Hollingshead examines the effectiveness of peer evaluation on teaching performance of early career faculty in special education across the U.S. She is also actively engaged in preparing a student trip abroad to Poland for summer 2015. College of Natural Resources, established in 1917. The college is led today by highlight student Alexandria Middleton from Worley, Idaho. She graduated in December 2013 with a degree in Resource Recreation and Tourism and a minor in journalism. CNR has 8 undergraduate degree programs and 3 graduate degree programs. It collaborates with 3 additional university-wide graduate programs. CNR also offers certificate programs in restoration ecology, environmental education, and fire ecology and management, and has 48 faculty. The College of Science, established in 2002. The college is led today by highlight student Connor McCormick. His hometown is Great Falls, Montana, and he is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. The college offers bachelor's degrees in biology, microbiology, biochemistry, molecular biology and biotechnology, chemistry, geography, geology, mathematics, and physics. A master's degree is offered in 12 disciplines and doctoral degrees in 9 areas of study, and it has 120 faculty. 7 college faculty members participating with the Institute for Bioinformatics and Evolutionary Studies are part of a $500,000 grant to engage in interdisciplinary study of the patterns and processes for evolution over short periods of time. The University of Idaho opened its doors on October 3, 1892 to 40 students and 1 professor. The University of Idaho has the highest student retention rate and graduation rate in the state. Today, the University of Idaho has grown to be one of the leading universities in the West, with nearly 12,000 students at our statewide campuses in Moscow, Coeur d'Alene, Boise, and Idaho Falls. Students come to the university from 50 states and 86 countries. The university's study abroad program is the largest in the state and one of the most extensive in the nation. The University of Idaho continues to have a record number of National Merit Scholars, second only amongst public institutions of higher education in the Northwest, and more than all other Idaho institutions combined. The University of Idaho was recognized by the Princeton Review as one of the 373 best colleges in America in its 2011 edition. The Princeton Review also ranks U-Idaho as one of the nation's top 286 environmentally responsible colleges. As Idaho's flagship and only national land-grant research university, the University of Idaho has a nearly $1 billion annual impact on the state's economy through our research, teaching, outreach, service, and alumni efforts. The University of Idaho leads a network of 9 Idaho colleges and universities in the largest biomedical research project in Idaho's history. The IDEA Network of Biomedical and Research Excellence, INBRE, creates new, state-of-the-art research facilities, providing greater research opportunities for faculty and students at every college and university in the state, and increasing Idaho's competitiveness for federal biomedical research funding. The University of Idaho contributes nearly $1 billion to Idaho's economy through the combined activities of U-Idaho and its alumni. That's nearly 2% of the state's economy. The University of Idaho helps Idaho communities fulfill their visions for sustainable growth and development through the university's Building Sustainable Communities initiative and extension programs. U-Idaho is working with community leaders to improve the physical and economic health of more than 60 Idaho communities. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Hi, my name is Mary Condon. I'm from Spokane, Washington.
My name is Yusuf Bayumi. I'm a senior here, about to graduate.
Tara Lyons.
Nico Salinas. Are you filming?
You're the camera. Look at the camera.
I'm Eric Bowen. This is my mom, Lisa
I'm
Bowen.
Lisa Bowen.
And this is Buster.
We're in the fun department. We're majoring in fun and basket weaving.
Can you see?
My name's Josh Pro.
I'm Sydney Richardson. I'm from Nampa, Idaho. I'm Nyla Holt. I'm from Walla Walla, Washington.
And I love, I was gonna say long walks on the beach, but that's too stereotypical.
So does this pointy thing go in front?
No, that goes in back.
Do I look like...
You either go over your bangs or
How's
not.
my hair looking?
It's alright.
Do I look... Okay.
Your hair is ruined.
I know.
I saw it popping out at the bottom. Like,
Oh yeah, dude. I know. It's
really
long.
bad.
Can you just let this happen? Can you not just stop talking about hair? Can we talk about you becoming a man?
It's hard to sum up 4 years in a sentence or two.
I'm done with school and it's great.
It means I completed everything. Like, it means that as a person, I feel like I've grown and actually found who I am, and I know where I want to be.
I've come a long way to come here, and my mom's pretty proud. I'm proud.
College was insane. It was a lot of memories and unforgettable.
What kind of crazy things have we done?
No funny stories. I don't know about sharing some of them.
Oh, when we put those hot sauce packets in David's toilet and blasted him.
He sat down and you could hear the scream.
They popped on him.
Yeah, I pretty much kind of went hard every chance I could get. You know, I knew I had only 4 years to live up the college experience.
Have some pretty memorable nights with some people I met in this at this university, and that will be the things I probably treasure the most. Probably I shouldn't share on camera, but they were good. Go Vandals for it.
The first time I heard vandal is I checked the dictionary. I don't know what that means, the vandals.
What it means to be a vandal.
I think the biggest part of being a vandal is the people you connect with.
To be a vandal, it means to be tough and to know how to persevere.
To not get too comfortable, because being a vandal is to be an innovator and get out there and do what you gotta do in the workforce.
When I went to the UW, I saw the husky. I said, that's a dog, it's a puppy. I mean, in China, the puppy is not very good thing for put on the university.
I think just in classrooms, you develop friendships that you really can't find outside of a college atmosphere.
Being a vandal is about pride, I'd say.
That's good.
Try to keep it short.
That was deep.
Everything I do is fun in Idaho, really. I've never had a dull moment. So I guess my whole 4 years is a great story.
I'm the first person in my family to graduate college, so this is a big day for us.
I mean, there's so many people. Really just anyone that I really kind of was able to have a chance to really meet. I mean, just thank you for that, like being able to meet you and grow and find more perspectives in life.
Thanks, Mom.
It's an accomplishment.
That's big time.
It's carrying on our family names to future heights and leading our younger siblings to reach these same heights and possibly even higher than us. So it's new stepping stones.
We're probably like the best interview today.
I know, we're always the best though, so.
Too bad he turned the camera off for that. That would have been a golden line too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the platform party. Kurt Pregetzer, Dean of the College of Natural Resources. Larry Stauffer, Dean of the College of Engineering. Mark Hoverston, Dean of the College of Art and Architecture. Paul Joyce, Dean of the College of Science. Lynn Baird, Dean of the Libraries. John Fultz, Interim Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. Corinne Mantle-Bromley, Dean of the College Education. Mario Reyes, Dean of the College of Business and Economics. Michael Satz, Interim Dean of the College of Law. Ji Chen, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies. Carmen Suarez, Chief Diversity Officer, Associate Vice Provost for Student Affairs. Joe Cloud, Director of the WWAMI Medical Education. Greg Tatham, Assistant Vice Provost for Student Affairs. Brian Mahoney, Chair of Staff Affairs. Anthony St. Clair, President of the Graduate Professional Student Association. Joe Stegner, Special Assistant to the President. Kate Cobb, President of the Graduate Professional Student Association. Jeff Dodge, Interim Assistant of the Vice President for Enrollment. Niama Olenu, President of the Student Bar. Gene Stevenson, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs. Max Cowan, Past President of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Nate Fisher, President of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Heather Chermak, Interim Registrar. Kent Nelson, General Counsel. Michelle Wiest, Faculty Senate Commencement Committee Chair. Shirley Ringo, State Representative. Keith Ickes, Executive Director of Planning and Budgeting. Pat Sullivan, National President of the Alumni Association. Jack McIver, Vice President for Research. Linda Koppel-Trout, Alumni Hall of Fame inductee. Rob Spear, Athletics Director. Phil Solon, Alumni Hall of Fame inductee. Ron Smith, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Mary Kay McFadden, Alumni Hall of Fame inductee. Chris Murray, Vice President of Advancement. Keith Peterson, Honorary Degree Candidate. Lieutenant Colonel Brad Martin, U.S. Army. Daryl Manning, Honorary Degree Candidate. Sue Hovey, Honorary Degree Candidate. Judith Runstadt, Honorary Degree Candidate. Louise McClure, Commencement Speaker. Tom Reveille, President's Medallion Candidate. Bill Gosling, University of Idaho Regent. Lieutenant Governor Brad Little. Catherine Aiken, Interim Provost and Executive Vice President. Trish Hartzell, Faculty Senate Chair and Mace Bearer. Chuck Staben, President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty and staff at the University of Idaho, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone. On this auspicious occasion, the soon-to-be graduates are very happy to be free of exams, papers, and lectures. The parents are happy that their child has completed this rather significant task and that they can now afford a real vacation. Thinking about all this happiness in the room brings to mind one final biology lesson, and that is the science of happiness. Scientists can quantify happiness because we know the specific neurotransmitters such as oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, and beta endorphins that are produced in the body of a happy person. Many of us should be very thankful that these chemicals exist because without them, some women might not go for a second child after having experienced painful childbirth. So some of you, if you're second children, thank mom tonight and thank these neurotransmitters. The studies of happiness have yielded many surprises. First of all, women are generally happier than men, even in countries where women enjoy less freedom than we have. Fortunately, men eventually catch up and even surpass women in old age in the happiness index. Marriage is a good indicator of happiness, and some of you will probably, if you're not already married, will soon settle down, and you'll be happier, we think. Exercise makes us happy, and it won't surprise you to know that because we're very social creatures, human contact and social interaction induce a very happy feeling, as does petting your dog, your cat, or your horse, which releases oxytocin, the so-called love hormone. Smiling activates some of the muscles in your face, and you release chemicals such as endorphins, and that floods your body, and it also sends a cue to the person next to you. So if you turned and smiled, they likely would smile back at you, so you transmit a positive feeling to them also. Now, although money might be on your mind right now as you're thinking about perhaps paying off student loans and maybe buying a new car, having a lot of money does not necessarily buy you happiness. Beyond a basic income, about $75,000 a year, more money does not correlate with happiness. If you make more than that, my suggestion is that you give it away, because giving invokes a much greater positive response for your life than receiving. Tzedakah, the act of anonymous giving, is actually the highest expression of giving and will benefit you the most. Finally, completing a goal brings happiness, and the graduates should all be feeling the effects of increased levels of these neurotransmitters today. So what, say you? What does it matter if I'm happy? The answer is a robust yes. Happy people, on average, live 20 years longer than people who are unhappy. So that's pretty astounding. So my advice to you is smile, pet your dog, exercise. Don't worry too much about making a lot of money, and don't assume that buying a big house will necessarily make you happy. Give money to your favorite group or nonprofit, spend time with your friends and family, and you should have a long, sweet life. Now that's an easy biology lesson that I think we can all remember. And now it gives me great pleasure and makes me very happy to introduce our new president, Dr. Chuck Staben.
Thank you, Dr. Hartzell, for opening our commencement ceremony. We are grateful for your leadership as Chair of Faculty Senate over this past year. Thank you to the University Wind Ensemble, conducted by Professor Al Gemberling and the Vandaliers under the direction of Dr. Michael Murphy. The presentation of colors under the command of the Army was made by a joint color guard comprised of cadets from Idaho's Army, Navy, and Air Force ROTC units. Thank you to our marshals and for the leadership of Dr. Mickey Gunter, lead marshal for our exercises today. Thanks all. Thank you, Kyle Farrell, for our voice from above, and welcome to our special guests, Regent Bill Gosling, State Representative Shirley Ringo, Alumni President Pat Sullivan, Foundation Representative Bill Kearns, Lieutenant Governor Brad Little, and former U of I Provost and Northern Illinois University President Doug Baker. Deans, faculty, honored guests, parents, and families, we thank you for joining us. Welcome to the home campus of Idaho's leading university. It's been said, commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that outgoing college students should never be released into the world until they have been properly sedated. So I'll keep my remarks short. However, as the new president, I do want to share with you some of the University of Idaho's successes that have impressed me. I'm proud to be here at this leading institution. As the state's land-grant research institution, we have enhanced the lives of our citizens and the entire state for 125 years. Today, that means reaching nearly 500,000 Idahoans each year through education and outreach. We serve all of Idaho's 44 counties from more than 70 locations throughout our state. We also reach out online and via satellite. Idahoans meet people from the university every day. Additionally, our efforts bring nearly $1 billion into the state's economy each year. We're also Idaho's research leader. We produce almost 3/4 of the state's higher education research. We benefit the state through research, outreach, and education every day. Today's ceremony is a key part of that. It's the education of our students, your children, your spouses, and your friends. And of course, graduation for them is a major accomplishment. We have one of the highest graduation rates in the Northwest. Each graduate here is a success story for themselves, for their families, and for the university. Graduates, as you move to new opportunities and challenges, I encourage you to remember that your schooling may be over, but your education continues. You are poised for success, but your degree is only the start. Keep up that great Vandal tradition of determination and leadership, and you will go far. Congratulations. To parents, families, spouses, children, and friends, you have played a vital role in helping these graduates reach today's summit. You have been there to celebrate their achievements and to share their challenges. You've provided the encouragement, advice, and pride that fueled their ambitions and drove them to accomplish the success that we're gathered here to celebrate today. I believe I speak for our graduates when I say we are grateful for the support you have provided. On behalf of all the graduates and the faculty and staff at the University of Idaho, I invite all parents, grandparents, guardians, families, loved ones, and friends, those who have been so supportive of our graduates, to stand and be recognized by our graduates. Thank you. Seated directly behind me are some of the University of Idaho's leadership. Members of the platform party, please rise. I can never tell if they're doing that. Thank you for your leadership and dedication to the students of this great institution. Ladies and gentlemen, our platform party. Thank you. It's a privilege that we have one of our regents with us today. Bill Gosling is a member of the State Board of Education and a University of Idaho regent. Regent Gosling, will you please bring greetings to our graduates? Ladies and gentlemen, University of Idaho Regent Bill Gosling.
Thank you, Dr. Staben. I'm happy. Congratulations from the State Board of Education and, more importantly, from the Board of Regents. You've done well, and I think during the break or after the ceremony is over, please introduce your parents to the faculty because they have done a very good job in bringing you to this point. Look at your degree as a ticket to the future. You will have opportunities, you will have challenges. Do not duck them. Take them on with the tool bags that this faculty has given you and be successful. Thank you.
Thanks again, Bill, for being with us today. It's also a great privilege to acknowledge our University of Idaho Alumni Hall of Fame recipients who were inducted yesterday in a university ceremony. Linda Koppel-Trout. I think you got to stand. Mary Kay McFadden. And Phyllis Sulin. Thanks for being with us today. You can read more about our Alumni Hall of Fame recipients in your commencement program. I believe there's a video we're going to play. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to these video screens for the introduction of our 2014
grew up in the
commencement
small
speaker.
farming town of Nez Perce, Idaho. Following high school in 1946, she enrolled at the University of Idaho, where she pledged as a tri-delt and majored in music with a minor in education. It was here where she met her future husband, Jim McClure, and the couple married in 1950. With Louise at his side and as a perpetual partner, Jim went on to serve 6 years as an Idaho congressman in the U.S. House of Representatives and 18 years in the U.S. Senate. He was best known for working across the aisle and using facts to make good policy, steering clear of the rhetoric and divisiveness often seen today. Louise worked in the home, raising 3 children, and was highly respected in the public service arena in Washington, D.C. and Idaho. She has served on various committees and boards in her areas of interest. Most notably was her 1991 appointment by President George H.W. Bush to the National Council on the Arts, the governing council for the National Endowment for the Arts. In 2001, the McClures established the James A. McClure Endowment in Science and Public Policy at the University of Idaho. As a result of their gift, and in alignment with their commitment to public service, the James A. and Louise McClure Center conducts research that informs and fosters rational debate on issues of importance to the state, the region, and the nation. Louise McClure is an Idaho gem. Throughout her life, Louise has never lost her love of music and the arts. In 2010, the governor of Idaho recognized Louise's lifelong contribution to the arts by awarding her and Jim the Governor's Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement. She's the recipient of multiple University of Idaho honors. Graduates, please welcome your 2014 commencement speaker, Louise McClure.
Good morning, and what a gorgeous morning it is on the Palouse. Maybe that's an omen, so carpe diem. What a privilege and honor it's been here today. And hopefully the graduating class will feel the same way. And I hope that you're not here just because your mother insisted, though I'm sure that that's part of it. I'm also sure you didn't come to hear me. I think that Dr. Hartzell gave my speech, and it has been alluded to in other talks this morning, so maybe you should listen, because it's an important part of your life. To borrow a phrase from Abraham Lincoln, you will little note nor long remember what I say today. How true. And to borrow a phrase from Dr. Sheldon Cooper, I am led to believe that the social convention calls for a commencement address. Now, how could I bug that up so? Anyway, so you're stuck. My message is simple, and I hope short. It isn't about me, but it embodies my philosophy on living a happy life. A college graduation is more than a rite of passage. It is acknowledgement that you are now an educated person capable of standing equally beside anyone whom you choose. Education is the key that will unlock many doors, and like any other key, it is of no good unless you use it well. You may already have a firm idea of what your future holds for you, and if that is you, good for you. And if that isn't you, good for you anyway. The point of this is that you are educated and you have already opened a door. You have a glimpse of the huge realm of opportunity that is available and within your reach. Your education is a process with no end, and the biggest benefit is the choices it gives to you, choices that are not available to everyone. The things you learn tomorrow will make your life richer and even more satisfying the day after tomorrow. And how do I know? I didn't go to school just to eat my lunch. Nor did I stop learning when I graduated from this inspiring and wonderful institution 64 years ago. I used the key that education gave me and unlocked doors I never imagined I would see. I grew up during the Depression on a farm near Nez Perce, Idaho. In the first grade, I rode a horse to a one-room schoolhouse, one without plumbing or electricity, and how vividly I remember the cold outhouse. After first grade, we moved closer to town and to the big school. It housed all 12 grades under one roof. I was in everything that was music and graduated with a class of 18. After high school, I came here, where I majored in music. I became a member of the Vandaliers. Oh, and incidentally, Vandaliers consumed 5 hours plus rehearsal time a week, just for one measly little credit. However, it was wonderful, a wonderful group, and I still communicate with friends from that very close-knit choir. I even married one. I assumed that my life would be quite like everyone else's at the time. I would teach music and in time raise a family, much like the vision of most women in those days. Yet that isn't entirely what happened. And as John Lennon observed, life is what happens when you are busy making other plans. Together, Jim and I opened the door to politics and public service. I didn't plan to meet heads of states from every continent, nor the Pope, or become a close friend of any of them. Nor did I expect to be a guest many times at the White House. I didn't expect to see starving children in India and Africa, nor watch the burning funeral pyres floating down the rivers in Nepal. I didn't expect to watch the harvesting of garbage dumps in the Philippines, or attend Easter service in Russia. I didn't plan to lead a small international chorus of women in Washington, D.C., most of whom didn't speak English. I didn't know I would be serving on the Council of the National Endowments of the Arts. And little did I know that I might make a difference in the funding of the federal funding of the arts. I doubt that former President Don Burnett expected to become the president of a university, or this one, his alma mater, or that Barbara Morgan, with a degree in English, would ever dream of being an astronaut. I doubt that Sharon Allen could expect to break the glass ceiling in becoming the CEO of a major national accounting firm. They all walked through the doors that were open to them. The point of this is that your education empowers you to deal with the unexpected. Your opportunities are likely much broader than your vision at this time. Be open to them as you encounter them. You just might find a more rewarding path than the one you're on. In his book, The Happiness Advantage, Sean Acker, a leading expert in human potential, says, when we encounter an unexpected challenge or threat, the only way to save ourselves is to hold on tight to the people around us and not let go. There will be disappointments and setbacks in life. Learn from them. In both your personal and work lives, your most valuable resource will be your personal relationships. Many of you will hit the ground running. You will have achievement after achievement, consistently improving yourselves, but being given more and more challenging assignments, climbing the ladder of success. And as more and more is expected of you, your stress levels will skyrocket until the result is burnout. Others of you will hit the ground running, but along the way will take the time to build relationships with your family and friends. You will have less stress with fewer problems, and you will be happier. Study after study confirms that those who invest in personal relationships are happier, healthier, and more productive. One of these studies, the Harvard Study of Adult Development, has been collecting and analyzing data since 1937. Among its conclusions is that the single greatest predictor of lifetime happiness is successful relationships with family and friends. This holds true in my life. We need social relationships to thrive. Those with the most social support can work longer hours, with more focus, under more difficult conditions. Challenge becomes more manageable. However, making relationships a priority can be difficult. In the face of challenges, most of us focus on the task or crisis at hand. We turn inward, sacrificing time with family and friends, thinking, if I just hunker down for a while, I'll get ahead, then I can focus on relationships. But that's not what happens. Life's challenges come one right after another. And I urge you to continually invest in new relationships and reinvest in current ones throughout your life, both in and out of the workplace. Take risks. A comment attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt and to Ellen DeGeneres says, do something that scares you. Be open to opportunities. Be prepared for the probability that new experiences will enrich your life. Don't settle for the comfortable. As stated by the great philosopher Theodore S. Geisel, better known as Dr. Seuss, one who helped raise your generation, said, you have brains in your head, You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself anywhere that you choose. So go for it, it's worth it. Thomas Jefferson wrote that you are endowed by your Creator with the unalienable right to the pursuit of happiness. The Dalai Lama said, the meaning of life is happiness. At the end of the day, success in a chosen career does not in itself bring happiness. Even though it can bring a great deal of satisfaction, it can't make someone a happy person. It is up to you to find your own happiness. But look where it is most likely to be found: in relationships with others and in doing good for no other reason than it is good. Live life with a purpose. Remember that life isn't about making it or getting there. The journey is so much more important than the destination. Smell the flowers along the way. Since we're fighting the battle for civility, please be kind to all, especially to those who serve you and to those whose views differ from yours. Nurture your sense of humor. It can get you through the tough spots. Laugh at yourself before you laugh at others. Pursue with passion and interest outside of your own profession. And for heaven's sakes, be ethical in all things. It will help keep you out of trouble, and it will help you sleep at night. Communicate directly. Don't always depend on your iPhone when you can look a person in the eye. Say hello to people on the street, whether you know them or not. It will help them open their doors. Give of yourself. Service to others is an essential element of a well-lived life and will give you your greatest rewards. Help someone without seeking acclaim. You will be surprised at the positive responses, which will help you to understand what happiness really is. Pursue all with gusto. I will leave you with this quote from Oprah Winfrey. What I know is this: the big secret in life is that there is no secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there as long as you are honest with yourself about the preparation and the work involved. There are no back doors and no free rides. There is just you, this moment, and a choice. Thank you.
Louise, thank you so much for your speech today. I feel privileged to have you been the speaker at the first commencement over which I presided. Thank you so much. We do have a little gift for you. She said it's heavy. I don't know what it is exactly, but I hope you enjoy it. Lieutenant Governor, is it heavy? Yes, okay, all right. I'd like to invite Provost and Executive Vice President Catherine Aiken to the podium.
Good morning. In continuing to acknowledge excellence at our university, we recognize the undergraduate students who are graduating with special honors today. Will the students please stand when I call your honor designation and remain standing while we applaud your achievements? Cum laude, with distinction. You're wearing a bronze honor cord, in case you were the top 10% of your class. magna cum laude with great distinction, silver honor cord, top 6% of the class. Summa cum laude with highest distinction, gold honor cord, top 3% of their college class. I'd also like to invite members of our numerous honor societies to please stand and be recognized. You have brought distinction to yourselves and to your university through your high achievements as student scholars. We honor your hard work and commitment to learning, and we look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourselves and your peers. President Staben.
Now I wish to invite Provost Aiken and Dr. Michelle Wiest, Chair of the Faculty Senate Commencement Committee, to join me in conferring honorary degrees.
May I present Judith Runstad for the degree Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters.
Judith Runstad, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Judith Runstad of Seattle is of counsel and former co-managing partner with Foster Pepper, PLLC. She has practiced in the areas of real estate development, land use, and environmental law for 39 years and has substantial experience representing clients in growth management, zoning, shoreline management, and regulatory matters. Judith earned a bachelor's and master's degree in political science and government from the University of Idaho in 1966 and 1968. She later earned her Juris Doctorate from the University of Washington. In 2005, Mrs. Runstad's husband, John, established the Judith M. Runstad Lecture Series Endowment at the University of Idaho as a gift to her. The lectures focus on bringing interdisciplinary perspectives to current issues and were inspired in part, as John, her husband, said, just the idea that there are these students coming to the University of Idaho whose eyes and mind will be opened the way hers were. The University of Idaho is proud to confer upon Judith Runstad, a most distinguished individual, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters. May I present retired Major General Darrell B. Manning for the degree Honorary Doctor of Administrative Science.
Darrell V. Manning, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Administrative Science, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Retired Major General Darrell V. Manning, former Idaho Adjutant General, has dedicated a lifetime of public service to the people of Idaho. Born in Preston and now residing in Boise, he graduated from Utah State University, married his wife, Rochelle, and enlisted in the Air Force in 1955. Darrell served 6 years in the Air Force, 12 years in the Air Force Reserve, and 22 years in the Idaho National Guard, where he served as Adjutant and Commanding General of the Guard for 10 years. In a lifetime of public service, Darrell served Idaho under 8 governors. Darrell spent 4 terms in the Idaho House of Representatives and 1 in the Idaho Senate. Most recently, he chaired the 7-member citizen board that oversees the Idaho Transportation Department for 4 years. During his tenure as director and a board member, he was president of the Western Association of State Highway Transportation Officials, the American Association of State Highway Transportation Officials, and the Transportation Research Board. The University of Idaho is proud to confer upon retired Major General Darrell V. Manning, a most distinguished Idaho citizen, the degree Doctor of Administrative Science. May I present Sue Hovey for the degree Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters.
Sue Hovey, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Sue Hovey of Moscow, Idaho, began her schooling in Texas, but she became an educational fixture in Idaho once she completed her bachelor's degree in education from the University of Idaho in 1968. She went on to earn her Master's of Arts in Sociology from Idaho in 1978, while continuing to teach American government and sociology, as well as serve both gifted and at-risk students in Moscow School District from 1968 through 1996. However, those 28 years at Moscow High School and Moscow Junior High are only the tip of the iceberg in her educational influence. Her local, state, national, and international activities always reflected Sue's devotion to education and service to others. As a teacher, she has been awarded numerous times, recognized locally, statewide, and nationally. Sue Hovey also was recognized as the Idaho Outstanding Teacher by the University of Idaho at the 1990 Centennial Celebration. For many years, she traveled around the U.S. serving on committees for ethnic minority involvement, for the Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolence, for AIDS policies for the Centers for Disease Control, and as a keynote speaker in conferences in Arizona, Ohio, Arkansas, Utah, Florida, Washington, and Idaho, as well as lending her voice to educational policy questions in North Carolina, New Jersey, Georgia, Wyoming, Alaska, and Illinois. The University of Idaho is proud to confer upon Sue Hovey, a most distinguished Idaho citizen, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters. May I present Keith Peterson for the degree Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters.
Keith Peterson, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Keith Peterson is the Associate Director and State Historian with the Idaho State Historical Society. For more than 30 years, Keith has been researching and writing about Idaho's history. He is our state's premier historian and a driving force in Idaho citizens preserving their own rich history. He is the author of numerous books and articles about Idaho and the Northwest, including This Crested Hill, An Illustrated History of the University of Idaho. Keith is now the Associate Director and State Historian with the Idaho State Historical Society. Mr. Peterson is the only person to have won the Outstanding Book on Idaho twice. He was also the first person to win the Idaho Humanities Council's annual award for Outstanding Achievement in the Humanities in Idaho. Keith previously served as the state's Lewis and Clark Bicentennial Coordinator and editor of Washington State University Press. the University of Idaho is proud to confer upon Keith Peterson, a most distinguished person, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
The President's Medallion is given to select individuals who have made significant contributions to the cultural, economic, scientific, or social advancement of Idaho and its people, and who have provided exceptional service to the state or nation that has influenced the well-being of humankind. The medallion is a specially commissioned medal minted in Idaho from Idaho Silver. Thomas Ravelli of Bainbridge Island, Washington, is a 1959 University of Idaho graduate and wealth management leader. He originally intended to join the Navy after high school, but he followed the sage advice of a supervisor at a Southern California nursery who encouraged him to study forestry at the University of Idaho. It was upon this foundation and education at the university that Mr. Ravelli built his success. Tom credits the University of Idaho for a critical role in his professional success, citing the unique environment at the home campus in Moscow. The Ravellis have stayed involved with Tom's alma mater, supporting an array of scholarship funds and programs. It would be hard to find an area of university life the couple hasn't supported through the years. A former member of the UI Foundation Board of Directors, Tom has contributed to athletics, to the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival, the President's Leadership Excellence Fund, to a number of facilities projects and more. Passionate about ensuring the success of future students, the Ravellis have established the Thomas L. and Tita Ravelli Scholarship Endowment. The new Geospatial Education and Research Complex at the College of Natural Resources also bears the Ravelli name, a testament to their commitment to the innovative project centered on Earth system science. The University of Idaho proudly presents the 2014 President's Medallion to Tom Ravelli. Which is... Congratulations. Other 2014 President's Medallions were given at separate ceremonies in Boise and in Coeur d'Alene. The recipients were Francis Ellsworth in Boise, Douglas Hawkins, and Edward Hawkins in Coeur d'Alene. I invite you to read more about our guest speaker and our honorary degree recipients and our President's Medallion awardees in your commencement program. A tradition of the University of Idaho is administering the oath of office for the commissions of the Officer Education Program candidates. This is achieved at the same time that they earn their degrees. Lieutenant Colonel Brad Martin, U.S. Army, will administer the oath of office for those to be commissioned in the Armed Forces of the United States.
Will the individuals designated for appointment as commissioned officers in the Armed Forces of the United States please stand? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce the newest officer leadership in your United States Armed Forces.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Congratulations to all the commissioned officers. I know you will serve your fellow citizens, your country, and the world well with the supreme aim of peace and harmony, both at home and abroad. We wish you Godspeed. We thank you for your sacrifice, for your courage, and for your commitment. Now, Provost Aiken will announce the granting of university degrees earned by our students.
We are about to begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for bachelor's, master's, specialist, and doctoral degrees. These degrees have been completed through formal study at the University of Idaho. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present at these exercises, as well as upon all absentees who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? It's like almost all of you. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the baccalaureate degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for master's and/or specialist degrees please stand? Each of you has completed satisfactorily rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculties to receive master's and/or specialist degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the specialist degree or the master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Athletic Training please rise? President Staben, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Athletic Training degrees so earned.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Athletic Training so earned, with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for degrees Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Athletic Training please come forward, followed by specialist, master's, and baccalaureate degrees. We ask that all candidates, after receiving their degrees, please stay for the rest of the ceremony in respect for other graduates and their families. Students receiving the doctorate are given a doctoral hood. It is our tradition at commencement for the doctoral candidate to be hooded by his or her major professor.
I think it's very important that when we're younger, we understand that with luck and care, we will be able to have a very long life. Because I see now that there are so many young women and young men too who think they have to know everything and be successful by 30. No.
We're gonna really cut the noose and let it loose with the Prancer-sized gallop.
Hashtag getting my cookie on. Hashtag I'm the real cookie monster. Hashtag no, 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 no.
Now it's your turn. So get out there and have some fun.
Everybody, I know you can believe in yourself. Thumbs up, everybody!
All right.
For rock and roll!
Whatever you like. What do you...
Students graduating with a doctoral degree will be greeted by Provost and Executive Vice President Catherine G. Aiken and Dean G. Chin. James M. May, Doctor of Athletic Training, is being hooded by Major Professor Alan Nasipany. Dissertation title, Analysis of an Individual Clinician's Patient's Outcomes when applying the Mulligan Concept Intervention Strategy to treat lateral ankle sprains in an intercollegiate athletic training clinic. Lindsay Warren, Doctor of Athletic Training, is being hooded by Major Professor Russell Thomas Baker. Dissertation title, Clinical Reasoning Perceptions and Self-Efficacy of Students in a Patient-Centered Post-Professional Degree Program. Emily Sarah Martin, PhD Geology, is being hooded by Major Professor Simon Kattenhorn. Dissertation title, The Fractured Ice Shell of Saturn's Moon Enceladus, Insights into the Global Stress History and Interior Structure. Mustafa Shokri Asfour, PhD Mechanical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Stephen Barline. Dissertation title, Development and Optimization of a Rule-Based Energy Management Strategy for Fuel Economy Improvement in Hybrid Electric Vehicles. Donna Lee Beck, PhD Chemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Chen Wai. Dissertation title, Utilizing Supercritical Carbon Dioxide and Ionic Liquids for the Extraction of Actinides and Lanthanides, Applications of Green Solvents for Nuclear Waste Management. Sultan Al-Sakabi, PhD Material Science and Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Indrajit Charat. Dissertation title, High Temperature Deformation Behavior, Thermal Stability and Irradiation Performance in Grade 92 Steel. Somaye Pasabani, PhD Material Science and Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Indrajit Charat. Dissertation title, Processing of Oxide Dispersion Strengthened Alloys via Mechanical Alloying and Spark Plasma Sintering. Shannon Lynn McGowan, PhD Education, is being hooded by Major Professor Georgia Johnson. Dissertation title, The Attitudes of Inland Northwest Pre-Service Foreign Language Teachers. Got privilege? Knut Marius Mirvold, PhD Natural Resources, is being hooded by Court Anderson. Dissertation title, The Ecology of Juvenile Steelhead, Determinants of Population Dynamics and Individual Performance Across a Heterogeneous Stream Environment. Daniel J. Beck, PhD Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor James Foster. Dissertation title, Investigating the Use of Classification Models to Study Microbial Community Associations with Bacterial Vaginosis. Erica Leah Rader, PhD Geology, is being hooded by Major Professor Dennis Geist. Dissertation title, Spatter, Scoria Bombs, and Upper Mantle Xenoliths, Cooling Histories of Rocks in 3 Terrestrial Settings. John Carter Borden, PhD Civil Engineering, is being hooded by Professor Stephen Daly Larson. Dissertation title, Framework for Assessing Water Resource Sustainability in River Basins. Dennis Aziaponu Arriero, PhD Chemical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Eric Aston. Dissertation title, Bioclastic Hybrid Silica PVA Tyrosinase Fiber Mats for Electrochemical Detection of Phenols. Mark S. Rounds, PhD Computer Science, is being hooded by Major Professor James Alvis Foss. Dissertation title, Defining Attacker Behavior Patterns in the Context of an Information System. Lucius Keating Caldwell, PhD Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor James Nagler. Dissertation title, Endocrine Intersections of Growth and Reproduction in Steelhead. Dalia Elgamo, PhD Electrical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Aisha El-Shabini. Dissertation title, Passivity Verification and Enforcement Techniques for Package Interconnects. Ahmed Hussein Abdelnabi, PhD Mechanical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Gabriel Paranici. Dissertation title, Numerical Simulations for the Characterization of the Back Grinding Process of Silicon Wafers. Bryce Andrew James Sarver, PhD Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor Jack Sullivan. Dissertation title, Genomic and Phylogenetic Consequences of Divergence with Gene Flow in Chipmunks. Daniel Ray Laney Campbell, PhD, Education, is being hooded by Major Professor Paul Gathercole. Dissertation title, Where Assessment and Database Decision-Making Collide, Chief Academic Officer's Perceptions of Assessment Data in Operational Decision-Making. Ismail Chevik, PhD Electrical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Suat Ai. Dissertation title, Energy Autonomous Image Sensors. Hui Chu, PhD Physics, is being hooded by Dr. Jesse Husso. Dissertation title, Band Gaps by Design, Tailoring Zinc Oxide-Based Semiconductor Alloy Films. Jing Da, PhD Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Armando McDonald. Dissertation title, Conversion of Woody Biomass to Polyhydroxybutyrate. Simone Desroches, PhD Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor Luke Harmon. Dissertation title, Rapid Adaptation in a Novel Ecosystem, Evolutionary Ecology of White Sands Lizards. Lane Smith, PhD Entomology, is being hooded by Major Professor Stephen Cook. Dissertation title, Quantifying Arthropod Diversity in the Selkirk Mountains of Northern Idaho and Eastern Washington. Sharif El-Basyouni, PhD Civil Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Ahmed Abdel Rahim. Dissertation title, Guidelines for Eco-Traffic Signal System Operations in Small and Medium-Sized City Environments. Jia Song is being hooded by Major Professor James Alvis Foss. Dissertation title, Computer Science, Security Tagging for Real-Time Zero-Kernel Operating System Implementation and Verification. Hong Don, PhD Electrical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Jeffrey Young. Dissertation title, Broadband and High Isolation Performance of a Lumped Element Circulator, Theory and Experiment. Shinran Du, PhD Microbiology, Molecular Biology, and Biochemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Fang-Ming Shaw. Dissertation title, Molecular Dissection of PRF-Mediated Disease Resistance in Tomato. Hui Li, PhD Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Armando McDonald. Dissertation title, Synthesis and Characterization of Copolymers from Lignans. Xiao Po Lian, PhD Environmental Science, is being hooded by Major Professor Armando McDonald. Dissertation title, Value-Added Bioproducts from Potato Peel Waste. Hossein Tahiri, PhD Mechanical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Eric Wolbrecht. Dissertation title, Robotic Devices and Adaptive Control Strategies for Rehabilitation After Stroke. Melissa Thompson, PhD, Neuroscience, is being hooded by Major Professor Craig McGowan. Dissertation title, Neuromechanics of Barefoot and Shod Running. Simon Uribe Converse, PhD, Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor David Tank. Dissertation title, Phylogenomic Insights into the Radiation of an Andean Group of Plants. Graham Douglas Vixie, PhD, Physics, is being hooded by Major Professor Jason Barnes. Dissertation title, Temperate Lakes on Titan. Sue Fenn, PhD, Plant Science, is being hooded by Major Professor Alexander Karasev. Dissertation title, Recombinants of Bean Common Mosaic Virus and Genetic Determinants of Bean Common Mosaic Virus involved in overcoming resistance in common beans. Tao Vo, PhD, Chemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Janine Shreve. Dissertation title, The Chemical Reactivity of FOX7. Andrew Todd Weekly, PhD, Chemical Engineering, is being hooded by Major Professor Eric Aston. Dissertation title, Methods in Multivariate Calibration Using Vibrational Spectroscopy. Samuel Stephen Hunter, PhD, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor Larry Forney. Dissertation title, Applications of High Throughput Technologies in Modern Genomics. Harry R. Jagman, PhD, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Edward O. Garton. Dissertation title, Space Use, Habitat Selection, Genetic Variation, and Post-Fledgling Ecology of the Northern Pygmy Owls. Mamta Kaura, PhD, Chemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Patrick Hrdlichka. Dissertation title, A Novel Approach for Efficient Targeting of RNA via Chemically Modified Oligonucleotide. Tad Allen Wheeler, PhD, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Kathleen Kavanaugh. Dissertation title, The Biogeochemical Responses of Central Idaho Riparian Forests to the Deposition of Salmon Carcasses. Lars Gibson White, PhD, Physics, is being hooded by Professor Jason Barnes. Dissertation title, Solution of the Beth Goldstone Equation without partial wave decomposition. Lei Young, PhD, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology, is being hooded by Major Professor Holly Wickman. Dissertation title, Exploring the Extinction of Retrotransposons in Mammalian Genomes. Morgan Ann Zadalis, PhD, Natural Resources, is being hooded by Major Professor Nick Sanyal. Dissertation title, Coming to Know, an Indigenous Informed Ethnography on Nimipu Knowledge and its Integration into Environmental Management. Ahmed Seragildin, PhD, Computer Science, is being hooded by Major Professor Axel Krings. Dissertation title, Design for Survivability in Critical Infrastructure Safety Applications. Lemay Kebarbaswe, PhD, Microbiology, Molecular Biology, and Biochemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Tanya Mura. Dissertation title, Characterization of Primary Murine Alveolar Epithelial Cells and Their Responses to Respiratory Viral Infections. Man-Yi Kwan, PhD, Molecular Biology, Microbiology, and Biochemistry, is being hooded by Major Professor Lee Fortunato. Dissertation title, The Presence of Cellular Protein P53 is Required for Efficient Trafficking of HCMV Viral Capsids from the Nucleus. Dave Alad Melek, PhD, Electrical Engineering, is being hooded by Professor Fred Barlow. Dissertation title, Dynamic Range Extension of Heterodyne Fiber Optic Sensors via Instantaneous Carrier Measurement.
Students graduating with a specialist or master's degree will be greeted by Provost Aiken and Dean Chen. Talal Aljadanani, Material Science and Engineering.
Victoria Ray Camphor, Mechanical Engineering.
Ayman Almarhoon, Family and Consumer Sciences.
Prathamesh Ramesh Kawal, Computer Science.
Almotasim Al-Samari, Electrical Engineering.
Thomas Ray Kearns, Landscape Architecture.
Andrew Scott Amack, Computer Science.
John Van Kelly, Electrical Engineering.
Hugo Araujo Lino, Chemistry.
Brent Arlen Kisling, Electrical Engineering.
Joseph Lawrence Anderson, Architecture.
Esther Joy Klosterman, Mathematics.
Spencer Taylor Batt, Environmental Science.
Madison Jean Kolb, Accountancy.
Veronica Blackham, Mathematics.
Sarah Jane Krug, Mathematics.
Kate Cobb, Creative Writing.
Nathan James Crussell, Computer Science.
Adam Grant Benson, English.
Timothy James Lindberg, Electrical Engineering.
Angela Ray Blair, Curriculum and Instruction and Career and Technical Education Emphasis.
Jordan Lee Lowe, Architecture.
Thomas Raymond Brandt, Curriculum and Instruction.
Abigail Christine Lute, Water Resources and Management Option.
Graham Daniel Britton, Landscape Architecture.
Douglas Timothy Mosser, Agricultural Education.
Carrie Lynn Brooks, Educational Leadership.
Jesselyn Elizabeth Matthias, Adult Organization Learning and Leadership.
Amelia M. Brubaker, Creative Writing.
Marty H. McPherson, Mathematics.
Jason Tyler Brubaker, Mechanical Engineering.
Danielle Lawson, Movement and Leisure Sciences.
Stephen Alexander Turi, Applied Economics.
Alex Charles Moody, Geology.
Evan Michael Burbridge, Landscape Architecture.
Emily G. Nash, Theater Arts.
Anna Marie Elizabeth Burton, Adult Organization, Learning and Leadership.
Karen Elizabeth Nelson, Family and Consumer Sciences.
Cherise Cameron, Music.
Shoko Nelson, Music.
Damian Ryan Cares, Mathematics.
Catherine Elizabeth Noble, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership.
Giselle Suzette Veach, Electrical Engineering.
Kevin Jimmy Noble, Architecture.
Bailey Moyer Cavender, Anthropology.
Martin Nako, Art.
Scott Michael Cameron, Adult Organizations, Learning and Leadership.
Kaylee Dean Varon Oliver, Anthropology.
Jennifer Kathleen Chafin, Natural Resources.
Ashley Brooke Peel, Creative Writing.
Theodore Parker Lundvall Charles, Anthropology.
Evan Joseph Penberthy, Electrical Engineering.
Janelle Lindsay Chow, Adult Organization, Learning and Leadership.
Progendra Pocarel, Computer Science.
Keith George Christopher, Chemical Engineering.
Anthony Prishandaro, Natural Resources.
Jacob Commodore, Art.
Hallie Ellen Reikovich, Water Resources, Science and Management Option.
Mary Catherine Cooper, English.
Kevin Rodney Ramus, Electrical Engineering.
Teresa R. Cole, Accountancy.
Matthew James Ramick, Landscape Architecture.
Rebecca Noel Couch, Bioregional Planning and Community Design.
Michael Allen Rice, Movement and Leisure Sciences.
Adam L. Council, Architecture.
Theora Renee Rice, Computer Science.
Shanna Renee Croney, Mathematics.
Gerardus Fred Rebake, Statistical Science.
Jeremy L. Cudahy, Mechanical Engineering.
Noah Matthew Rinaldi, Architecture.
Leah Renee Dahl, Music.
Peter Thomas Ritter, Accountancy.
Namrata Dong O, Bio and Agricultural Engineering.
Tyler Joel Roberts, Movement and Leisure Sciences.
Christy Joy Davis, Agricultural Education.
Amy Mae Robertson, Family and Consumer Sciences.
Philip Arlen Dennis, Accountancy.
Caleb Stephen Robison, Mechanical Engineering.
Travis DeVault, Computer Science.
Marissa Catherine Rudley, Family and Consumer Sciences.
Mahalangam Damodaran, Applied Economics.
Sean Michael Rubenfeld, Creative Writing.
Lauren Doman, Accountancy.
John W. Rock, Architecture.
Corey Elizabeth Druffel, Mathematics.
Ernesto Ruiz, Architecture.
Nathaniel William Abel, Computer Science.
Jared Douglas Saralakis, Natural Resources.
Emily Catherine Eddy, Architecture.
Adam James Russell, Accountancy.
Mohammed Isa El-Khatani, Teaching English as a Second Language.
Matthew Scott Scholes, Music.
Patricia Andrea Edwards Dixon, Adult Organizations, Learning and Leadership.
Jacob Robert Schwaller, English.
Jada K. Endicott, Architecture.
Karen Beth Settles, Architecture.
Ashley Eskelson, Family and Consumer Science.
Shioja Shen, Computer Science.
William George Fairbanks, Accountancy.
Shirin Shirazi, Architecture.
Victor Farrell, Architecture.
Philip David Short, Accountancy.
Alicia May Finley, Movement and Leisure Sciences.
Schlister, thank you. Jeffrey Todd Schlister, Architecture.
Daniel Ryan Flesher, Architecture.
Tabia Sultanayad, Applied Economics.
Tiffany Dawn Flory, Theater Arts.
Virginia Kyle Solon, Adult Organizational Leadership and Learning.
Daniel Herbert Fote, History.
Kelsey Ann Stenerson, Architecture.
Matthew James Fries, Architecture.
Aaron Michael Sparks, Natural Resources.
Jose Oscar Galagos, Architecture.
Irvin Lee Stevens, Adult Organizational Learning and Leadership.
Maya Bryn Gillespie, Family and Consumer Sciences.
Jeffrey Charles Stiltz, Landscape Architecture.
Jessica Lee Goodwin, Anthropology.
Christian J. Strube, History.
Brendan Edward Gordon, Geography.
Ryan Robert Thomas, Music.
Eric A. Greenwell, Creative Writing.
Nicole Elizabeth Taves, Accountancy.
Alexander Scott Grover, Civil Engineering.
Mark Thomas Taylor, Architecture.
Alex Hansen for Mechanical Engineering.
Samara Van Grinsvan, Accountancy.
Tavita Halaholo, Adult Organization, Learning and Leadership.
Cassandra Marie Tillerson, Architecture.
Dirije Jada Hawaz, Electrical Engineering.
Timothy Joseph Trammell, Mathematics.
Sarah Elizabeth Marie Herberger, Statistical Science.
Deepika Veralinga Bashar, Computer Science.
Carolyn S. Hicklin, Accountancy.
Jacob Bruce Wackenhut, Landscape Architecture.
Tyrell M. Hill, Landscape Architecture.
Yiming Wang, Civil Engineering.
Zachary Edward Hill, Civil Engineering.
Haley Ray Wallace, Architecture.
Megan Elizabeth Hubble, Music.
Yao Wang, Landscape Architecture.
Justina Regina Jeltness, Teaching English as a Second Language.
Carson J. Watkins, Natural Resources.
Leon M. Humphreys, Architecture.
Alan Wilmore, Animal Science.
Jeffrey A. Hutchinson, Master of Fine Art.
Bridget Teresa Weimer, Electrical Engineering. Jeffrey Douglas Winter, Mathematics.
Rashib Jain.
Beijing Wu, Electrical Engineering. Robert Paul Winya, Environmental Science.
Susan A. Irizarry, Natural Resources.
Yueyong Yu, Statistical Science.
Chelsea K. Jorgensen, Accountancy.
Lena Zhao, Art.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean John Foltz. Caitlin Michelle Steinkamp, cum laude.
Veena Shirvakuma Swami, Computer Science.
Morgan Elizabeth Accord.
Acute Lemishane, Electrical Engineering.
Shelby Nicole Allen.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Letters, Arts, and Social Sciences will be greeted by Administrative Fellow Tracy Craig. John Stewart Noon, magna cum laude.
Courtney Lee Aurid.
Heather Elise Acker.
Kara Dawn Anderson.
Kendra Ray Adams.
Elise Geraldi Armstrong.
Lucas W. Adkins.
Samara Leora Arthur.
Michael Thomas Affelt.
Rachel Deanne Ashley.
Abid Akbar.
Amanda Jean Atwood.
Kyle Travis Allison.
Nicola Faye Beatty, magna cum laude.
Heather Lynn Amaya.
Caleb Birch.
Brian Michael Amos, summa cum laude.
Daniel Pachi Bidaganetta.
Carly Jean Anderson.
Jenna Noel Began.
Christina Louise Anderson.
Samantha Noel Breeding.
Arone Nagasi Andu.
Gabrielle Suzanne Bright.
Erin Ann Argyle.
Tana Dawn Brink.
Guadalupe Artiega.
Sierra Rose Buckley.
Kelsey Melissa Atkins.
Amanda Louise Shamadro.
Justin Nicholas Ayers.
Matthew Frederick Chisholm.
Jessica Danielle Balbiani.
Craig E. Coyle.
Eric Vincent Bailey.
Natalie Marie Cola.
Andrew Scott Baldridge.
Stephanie Ann Cox.
David Wayne Barker.
Adam Harris Daggs.
Danielle E. Barris.
Casey Dale, cum laude.
Yusuf Fuad Bayomi, magna cum laude.
Taylor Louise Davis.
Stephanie Amber Belknap.
Melissa Ann Deviney.
Kendall Lee Benson.
Chelsea Ingrid DeLay.
James Baker.
Catherine Lynn Dunn.
Zach Bergman.
Michael Patrick Eglund.
Thomas Joe Billinger.
Elisa Dolores Eldridge.
James Harold Birack.
Samuel Jacob Emmert.
Morgan Stewart Bingo.
Michelle Joe Faulkner.
Andrew Timothy Blake, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Ann Fight.
Amanda K. Blenden.
Rebecca Lynn Favia.
Jerica Joe Blenden.
Melissa Lauren Finley. Caitlin Diane Finney.
Taylor Michael Berry.
Sophia Catherine Fong, cum laude.
Chris Buckberger.
Timothy Michael Freeberg.
Mercedes Faith Blackwood.
Samantha Marie Fritas.
Jared Robert Bodine.
Anthony Douglas Garner.
Christine Lee Bodie.
Zane Joseph Garner.
Alicia Catherine Sweeney.
Aaron James Gleesing.
Brian Alexander Boersma.
Hannah Brittany Goodwin.
Chelsea Courtney Bolasek.
Christy Ann Hammer.
Alexander Frederick Felix Booth.
Rebecca Alice Hampton.
Michaela Danielle Bridges.
Brian James Harbord.
Delilah Ray Broom.
Abby Hardcastle.
Katerina Josephine Brownell.
Tracy Lee Hare.
Jacqueline Elizabeth Brumbaugh.
Kelsey Amber Hart.
Mackenzie Bryant.
Catherine M. Hartman.
Kaylee Catherine Borden.
Whitney Dawn Hurd.
Abigail Elizabeth Buckingham, cum laude.
Bryn Allison Hathaway, cum laude.
Ryan Scott Bears.
Brianna Nicole Hayes.
Quayshawn D. Buckley.
Zachary Boyd Heffernan.
Nicholas Michael Kane.
Corbin Max Hole.
Keegan Michael Caldwell.
Tamsy Charlotte Hopwood.
Daniel Aaron Cantu.
Holly Christine Haruza.
Scott Michael Carlton.
Paige Lynette Hunt.
Demario Dupree Carter.
Caitlin Alice Johnson.
James Cathay.
Pamela Marie Holman.
Victoria Lynn Castier, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Daleen Imthern, cum laude.
Chloe Catherine Cavender.
Christina Ann Johnson.
Alexa Marie Chafin.
Jacob Robert Janot.
Alyssa Christine Charleston, summa cum laude.
Alan Giles.
William Dan Chambers.
Lillian Maud Jordan.
Dylan Lee Chenoweth.
Josina Ann Casper.
Richard Logan Clark.
Matthew Robert King.
Annie Marie Clayton.
Melissa Marie Kirby.
Robert L. Klein.
Augustus James Creeder.
Mary Barbara Condon.
Justine Elena Unberger.
Mary Page Cheyenne Conrad.
Kevin Jade McKenzie.
Kelsey Diane Cooney.
Camelin Mallory.
Teresa Lynn Costanzo.
Trey Edward Mallory.
Amanda Ray Cox, magna cum laude.
Shiloh McKay Mangan.
Matthew Wade Crandall.
Alina Haley Mantha.
Jasmine Marquis Crane.
Marcela Consuelo Martinez.
Ronan Logan Crowder.
Cassandra Rose McCamenet.
Lucas Andrew Cronin.
Megan Ann McNulty.
Michael Joe Cullen.
Carmen Michelle Mead.
Ali Cooper.
Timothy Paul Mesdag.
Nuraini Dorono, cum laude.
Rachel Michelle Millay, summa cum laude.
Elise Catherine Delaney.
Ellen Kathleen Nagel.
Bailey Christina Dawson.
Lindsay Yvonne Nooch.
Russell Stephen Day, magna cum laude.
Sarah Elizabeth Peterson, summa cum laude.
Samantha Lee Dean.
Ethan Dallas Parkin.
Maritza Delawara.
Amy Alice Peterson.
Andrew Deskins.
Haley K. Peterson.
Stephen Conrad Devine.
Marissa Yvonne Pimley.
Chad Dewan.
Nicholas William Plass.
Michaela Melanie Dirks.
Nora Caitlin Powell.
Mitchell Lee Douglas.
Jordan Marie Proctor.
Alexandra Lynn Drummond.
Taylor Ann Prine.
Morgan Lee Mendy.
David Joshua Prow.
Amy Rebecca Congleton.
Joseph Michael Perbilski.
Amy Marie Duran.
Alexander John Rastutis.
Jason Fielding Dyer.
Stacy Reed.
Caleb Ronald Durance.
Jessica Aaron Reynolds.
Kimberly Michelle Edwards.
Courtney Ann Richardson.
Haley Marie Egan.
Sydney Jean Richardson.
Hailey Renee Eimers.
Michael Patrick Roberts.
Megan Marie Eimers.
Casey May Royer.
Tyler S. Elwell.
Rebecca Ruth Ryan.
Kendra Elizabeth Gould.
Jessica Jean Shearman.
Nicholas Ryan Coulter.
Anthony Schilling.
Right. Taylor Kaneko.
Jessica Lynn Schlagen.
Dakota Bartholomew.
Mason Robert Cedoroff.
Charles Ball.
Vanessa Faye Steinlicht.
Levi Christian Burgess.
Brooke Smith Stromberg.
Caleb Daniel Larson.
Tara Lee Stubers.
Michaela Marie Iverson, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Charisse Thayer.
Anna Lucia Reed, summa cum laude.
Nicole Marie Swenson.
Maxfield Lewis Randall, summa cum laude.
Raya Valley Mayers.
Tyler Joseph Cook.
Danielle Marie Van Leuven.
Tyler Robert Smotherman, summa cum laude.
Megan Lee Venlos.
Nicole Leanne Montgomery.
Brittany Nicole Wiegand.
Lindsay Ray Short.
Brett Aaron Whiting.
Melissa A. Kowaluk.
Lorraine Cecile Wyckoff.
Magdalene Genevieve Hand.
Kimberly Ann Wilcox.
Ali Joe Knuckles, cum laude.
Amanda Wilder.
Marissa Colleen Clopton.
Caitlin Starks Young.
Claire A. Patterson.
Corey Joseph Zenner.
Jim Martinez.
Gavin Joseph Zenner.
Amanda Therese Niehanke.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Art and Architecture will be greeted by Dean Mark Hoverston. Shanna Noel Kiefer.
Hannah Suzanne Davis.
Kurt William Abo.
Molly Elizabeth Orr.
Ryan David Allstott.
Kaylee and Kosa Ref.
Artemio Ambriz.
Haley Ann Frank. Martha Leticia Ramirez.
Stephen Robert Andrews.
Megan Catherine Faraday.
Shayna Lynn Angeline.
Rebecca Lynn Feldy.
Max Alexander Bailey.
Felicia Robin Foster.
Ryan Matthew Atherton.
Lauren James Fitting.
Jason Anthony Ballister.
Chadrick Anthony Fox.
Ann Latham Ball.
Seth Adam Frazier.
Nathan Lucian Bataille.
Matthew James Freeman.
Byron Stephen Barfus.
Karma Lynn French.
Katie Marie Becker.
Ada Catherine Fryer.
Brian James Bentler, summa cum laude.
Karma Lynn French.
Austin Kenneth Brown.
Cynthia Garcia.
Aaron Pearson Borchardt.
Thank you. Robert Jacob Gassner.
Ryan Brock.
Rachel Lynn Gilbride.
Ryan Donald Christen.
Curtis J. Giannetti.
Sophia Cardoso.
Ryan D. Good.
Christopher William Chestnut.
Dana D. Groom.
Parker Hughes Hamilton.
Aaron Michael Grimes.
Melissa A. Drew.
Maria Jessica Guerrero.
Brian Edwards.
Samantha Joe Gunning.
Lindsay Aaron Eliason.
Haas, thank you. David Carl Haas.
Nicole Ann Stein.
Marissa Hancock.
Corey Ann Clark.
Vincent Edward Keener.
Jocelyn Meredith Brannon, summa cum laude.
Dixie Lee Carney.
Clayton Lori Cravilla.
Jared Mackenzie Keller.
Andrew J. Farwell.
Megan Elise Kinch.
Jeanette Daines, magna cum laude.
Shane Ryan Kelsey, magna cum laude.
Lindsay Grassmick.
Kirschbaum. Donna Ray Kirschbaum.
Nathan Joshua Finkhouse.
Thank you. David Theodore Kammerer.
Jacob William Hafer.
Cody Theodore Kinzer.
Katie Josephine Buck.
Nicole May Lee, summa cum laude.
Kaylin Ray Dorendorf.
Amos Jacob Rothstein.
Tessa Fox.
Cassie Marie Lesh.
Sarah Catherine Hepler.
Garrett Leo.
Joshua L. Hoffer.
Diana Lewis.
Ben Tucker Hatterley, magna cum laude.
Michelle Nicole Lewis.
Tyler William Horton.
Monica Celeste Lilly.
Samuel Asa Horton.
Kristen Margaret Lindsay.
Brianna Christine Huffman.
Jennifer Lira.
Janice Marie Kamler.
Melissa Ann Livingston.
Jesse Clyde Keener.
Alisa Laura Gonzalez Lohman.
Kelly Ann Kennedy.
Zachary Jaime Xavier Lopez.
Courtney Blythe King.
Casey Marie Lowley.
Katrin Rosa Kreutz.
Tommy Lukrich.
Melanie G. Larimore.
Alyssa? Claire Alyssa Lundaby.
Taryn Christine Leach.
Larson Michael Lundstrom.
Reynario Liha.
Brianna Rose Lynch.
Jacob Liddycoat.
Victoria Lozano Esparza.
Jacqueline Nicole Lombardo, summa cum laude.
Kit Young.
Alejandra Lozano Esparza.
Alexandria Rochelle Lowe, magna cum laude.
Tierra Deanne Lyons.
Sarah Ann Lorber.
Sierra Dawn Magnuson.
Erin Elaine Mack.
Amelia Marie Mariak.
Samantha Jade McGill.
Ellie Rose Merrick.
William Corey Martino.
Jacqueline Sue McDowell.
Mackenzie Matthews.
Heather Sierra McGehee.
Matthew Maw.
Julia Andromeda Norris.
Bryce Taylor May.
Crystal Dawn Nooch.
Griffin Taylor May.
Matthew Benjamin Ogram.
Mark Anthony Mazurik.
Nicholas Ryan Pentico.
Daniel D. McCarthy.
Lacey Pinion.
Bree Liana McLean.
Leslie Nicole Prendeville.
Alyssa Ann McCulloch.
Alfonso Ramirez.
Dakota James Miller.
Kyle Clay Richards.
Christopher Allen Metz.
Ryan Thomas Rust.
Zachary D. Miller.
Francisco Javier Salinas.
Ashley Nicole Milton.
Andrew Patrick Skinner.
Nathan Richard Menard.
Shada Sinai.
Carlin Douglas Mitchell.
Brandon Basung Sweeney.
Okay. Estefania Mondragon.
Alexander Lind Rugen.
Caitlin Christina Maroney, cum laude.
Tara Lynn Weldon.
Ashley Joanne Morehouse.
Nicholas Benjamin Schramm.
John Earl Mozingo.
Brittany Marie Wall.
Mallory C.E. Moser.
Elizabeth Joanne Walker.
Emily Shea Muty.
Nathan Charles Wallen.
Patrick John Mulligan.
Taylor Williams, cum laude.
Haley G. Nacarado.
Nicholas Eugene Wolf.
Danae R. Nagel.
Matthew Jacob Ziegler.
Emmy Nakahira. Lucy Navarrete.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Mario Reyes, Lydia Christine Swift, summa cum laude,
Sean Patrick Nyland,
Max Evan Abel,
Delaney Rosa Nolan,
Anthony
Amanda
Carl
Louise
Egenbrod,
Oates, Roberto Antonio Olivares,
Daisy Aguilera,
Michael Shea O'Donnell,
Brittany Janine Alley,
Cameron Scott Olson,
Jordan Robert Anderson,
Louis Fox Oliver,
Sam Douglas Badger,
Paige Deanne Orwin,
Samantha Anil Befus,
Mary Martha Wangeshi Adjambo Oigi Ojuyok,
Nicholas Bradley Beatty, magna cum laude,
Brittany Marie Packwood,
Tara Lynn Bennett, magna cum laude,
Tap Allen Page,
Morgan Christine Berry-Ochoa,
Sydney Catherine Penner,
Angelina Jo Bertolotti,
Catherine Ann Puelco, summa cum laude,
Shauna Marie Bertland, magna cum laude,
Jackie Sue Paris,
Benjamin Allen Bloom,
Jacob Pernula,
Trevor D. Bostrom,
Aubrey Anna Peterson,
Eric Paul Bowen,
Kayla D. Pettit,
Marshall Breyesh,
Delaney Grace Pugh,
Christopher R. Bremer,
Jolene June Flom,
Walker T. Brown,
Colleen Elise Phillips, summa cum laude,
Joseph Tyler Bunderson,
Bo Brandon Polk,
Xian Say,
Melody Grace Potrats,
Emma May Carangello,
Stessa Lee Cannell,
Jessamine K. Carlson,
Adam John Rains, magna cum laude,
Anne Marjorie Chatterton,
Chloe Maria Rambo,
Mark Michael Chapin,
Michael Ann Rauer,
Lissa Clark,
Derek J. Reagan,
Alexandra Nicole Blakeman,
Shelby Ramos,
Kyle Paul Cram,
Antonia Brianne Reynolds,
Joseph Cody Cook,
Alexandra Richards,
Brittany Ann Kreutzberg,
Cody Robert Reidner,
Corey Matthew Kramer,
Andrew Reinhardt,
Connor Andrew Curry,
Sean Michael Reinhardt,
Catherine Milligan Doherty,
Teal Quinn Roberson,
Aaron Jeffrey Davis,
William Brian Roper,
Eric John Deal,
Jacob A.G. Robson,
Isaac T. Dorsher,
Erica Nicole Sable,
Benjamin James Duncanson,
Darcy Renee Celine,
Fatima S. El Mansouri,
Garrett Luther Saladay,
Brianna M. Espeland,
Jeffrey Allen Sampson,
Nathan Lee Farrell,
Dallas Michael Sandberg,
Blank Duncan Fisher,
Lauren Marie Saunders,
Zachary John Floyd,
Wesley Boone Saunders,
Benjamin Akira Fujii, cum laude,
Maggie Say,
Alec Oliver Fulton,
Alyssa Lee Schaefer,
Brianna Mary Gabiola,
Cole Webster Sanefsky,
Nicholas Francis Thomas Garcia,
Katie Erin Shea,
Nicole Louise Gillette,
Aubrey Hope Shaw,
Megan Elizabeth Graves,
Lawrence Michael Shaw,
Anthony Joseph Filicetti,
Alexia B. Skulikari,
Mark Thomas Georgie,
David L. Cibrian,
Vincent Ray Giard,
Courtney Lynn Softitch.
Carrie Nadine Goff.
Rachel May Spatz.
Eduardo Luis Gomez Garcia.
Tracy Maria Spencer.
Chingguo.
Jordan Scott Steele.
Mark Richard Hagan.
Jennifer Ann Steers.
Brian Paul Hakala.
William Dale Stein.
Jackson Walker Hamilton, summa cum laude.
Jason Fitzgerald Stone.
Nolan Christopher Harris.
Joshua Andrew Stone King.
Robert Reno Harriman.
Sean Thomas Sullivan.
Jacob Michael Haxby.
Alexandra David Callis.
Andrew John Halake.
William Hewitt Simons.
Jacob Edwin Hess.
Gregory Taggart.
Joseph Jeffrey Hayes.
Jackson Armstrong Taylor.
Landon Wayne Howell.
April Lynette Thompson.
Cade Cameron Hubbard.
Tyler John Tennyson.
Matthew Russell Hurt magna cum laude.
Jared James Vincent Toba.
Scott Anderson Jenkins.
Marvin Sam Trahant.
Yishuan Jiang.
Macy Rose Trent.
Jesse Nathaniel Johnson magna cum laude.
Blanca America Valadez.
Rendell Damar Jones.
Joshua Drew Vanderplatz.
Paul Andrew George.
Karen Minuet Vanderplatz.
William Cade Calevis.
Christine Marie Vaughn, magna cum laude.
Sterling Kane Camardula.
Ryan Clay Wagner.
Tanner Ross Kelly.
Ethan Charles Waite.
Zoe Jean Lagus.
Jonathan Andrew Rodriguez Wakeman.
Joshua Jikang Lee.
Evan Douglas Walker.
Jessica Leon.
Courtney Brooke Wallen.
Cody John Lewis.
Desiree Renee Ward.
Rachel Sierra Liviertos.
Ariel Renee Warden.
Cheyenne Rose Lobato.
Kathleen Noel Watson.
Nicholas David Lodato.
Nicholas A. Warzen.
Andrew Ryan Longhorn.
Michael David Weaver, summa cum laude.
Christopher Lawrence.
Jasmine Lenora Hankey, summa cum laude.
Brittany Kelsey Lowe.
Christopher Masao Leslie.
Haley N. Leidig.
James Buck Hansen.
Marcus Keith Mabry.
Michael Manning Wells.
Danbai Mao.
Shauna Nicole Wernhoff.
Joseph B. McGee.
Kyle Patrick Hansen.
James Allen McGeechan.
Caitlin Marie Whitley.
Ryan Lloyd Meek.
Zachary Wade Hargrove.
Nicholas Gary Mixler.
Angela Marie Harley.
Ryan Michelle Miller.
James Ryan Wiest.
Zachary Scott Miller.
Sandra Nicole Williams cum laude.
Kevin Blaze Montgomery.
Suki Kent Harner Swakoff.
Brandon Richard Mitchum.
Christina Ray Winger cum laude.
Lisbeth Morin.
Brianna Lee Wilson.
Caitlin Ann Morrow.
Eric Richard Wise.
Aaron A. Naughton.
Tiana Woltring.
Lauren Ann Naughton.
Margaret Erin Harry.
Kang Tuan Nguyen.
Aaron Miller Wolf.
Thomas Dwight Napi.
David Allen George Harris.
Justin Glenn Novacek.
Jake Michael Womack.
Michael Adam Obendorf.
Victoria Ann Hart, summa cum laude.
Adam Isaac Page.
Susan Ida Harris.
Alex Patterson.
Curtis Glenn Harty.
James Nicholas Perkinson.
Sasha Marie Wong.
Kelsey Dolores Peterson.
Eric Malcolm Shooping Hawes.
Justin Leroy Podrobsky.
Tala Kalindra Kathleen Wood, magna cum laude.
Kayla Renee Rains.
Hope Carolyn Woodruff, magna cum laude.
Brandy Danielle Reed.
Angela Mary Eulencott.
Carrie Levon Reynolds.
Haley Jean Young.
Kelsey Ray Reed.
Danielle Olson.
Ramon C. Riggs.
Emma Willett.
Brian Kevin Roach.
Colin John Heath.
Nico D'Angelo Salinas.
Brenda Leonard Helbing, summa cum laude.
Kimberly Rose Phillips.
Sarah Elizabeth Hemingway.
Hasib Saeed.
Todd Joseph Wright.
Eric Paul Rush.
Miles Perry Hendricks.
Chase Richard Ryan.
John Grady Hepworth, magna cum laude.
Dwayne David Pettiford.
Abraham Yearout.
Andrew James Shiwi.
Chad Larson Yont.
Jamil Milton Sepulveda.
Natalia Desiree Zuniga.
Taylor Shimke cum laude.
Kelly Joe Permanson.
Sydney T. Shearer.
Sarah Nicole Hirschspiel.
Miranda K. Schultz.
Nicole Stephanie Hill.
Brad Adam Smith.
Kyle Joseph Rinkla.
Hillary Michelle Smith cum laude.
Alicia Catherine Hinson.
Jennifer Crossan Smith.
Sophie Ann Kopp.
Tanisha Lynn Smith.
Kristen Provence O'Neill.
Nathan Robert Stevens.
Connor Christopher Holden.
Bailey Karen Steibel.
Sarah Lynn Holden.
Catherine Ann Stivers.
Max Christopher Hawley.
Kyle Street.
Nyla Nadine Holt.
Stephanie Bianca Turner.
Vitica Esther Holtheisen, summa cum laude.
Colton Brian Telford.
Angela Michelle Hopkin, magna cum laude.
Luke J. Toretta.
Taylor Ryan Howell.
Daniel Rocha Urrutia.
Karen Shu.
Blanca Uriarte.
Brittany Rochelle Isaacson.
Scott Tyler Valentine.
Krista Brittany Huft.
Nicholas James Varial.
Maren Ann Jameson.
Miguel Vasquez.
Andrea Kimiko James.
Jacqueline Vasquez.
Colleen Esther Jeffrey cum laude.
Kelly Sue Vinkmolder.
Joey K. Jenkins.
Dana Julie Wardwell.
Catherine Jenkins cum laude.
Jared Michael Watt.
Emily Christina Johns.
Brooklyn Thomas Watts.
Emily Nicole Johnson.
Travis Wayne Wells.
Macy K. Johnson.
Blake Morgan Wetzel.
Matthew L. Johnson.
Nathan Daniel Turner Wilking.
Nicole Ann Johnson, magna cum laude.
Michelle Marico Woltman.
Susan Elizabeth Kane.
Jarek Zatlokal.
Alisa Jones.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Education will be greeted by Dean Corrine Mansell Bromley. Megan Rose Cobb.
Susan Maria Kleba, summa cum laude.
Amy M. Adamson.
Jefferson Bradley Klepfer.
Blake William Anderson.
Kelly Ann Coster, magna cum laude.
Thomas James Anderson.
Dalen J. Klumpine.
Alyssa Marie Asmussen.
Blythe Ellen Cron.
Catherine Leanna Barnes.
Ivan Regan Crijanto.
Lucille Lenora Boise.
Sean Michael Kenneth Kramer.
William George Balopew.
Theodore Charles Lawson.
Nicholas Dayton Bontrager.
Evan McKay Lancy.
Sandra Boruck.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Larry Stauffer. Ingrid Freya Koda.
Levi Ray Bowers.
Khalid Abdulrahim.
Zachary Tyler Brennan.
Ayman Abdulrahim Alamoudi.
Ashley Marie Bukers.
Adel Almater.
Catherine L. Bulcher.
Fahad Al-Hadri.
Christopher Alton Campbell.
Faisal Turki Al-Ahmadi.
Anna K. Cantrell.
Moeed Fad Al-Amri.
Kimberly Diane Carrier.
Jordan Michael Anderson.
Emily Lauren Cheeseman.
Robin Elizabeth Baugh.
Sarah Elizabeth Clark.
Everett Leland Block, cum laude.
Christopher Lloyd Clement.
Heather Tallman Hayfie.
Alexandra Joellen Clyott.
Amos Joshua Bartlow.
Skylar Ty Cook.
Michael Robert Crowell.
Brenda Mae Davison.
Mitch Lewis Bodmer.
Bradley J. Deaton.
Chad Berglund.
Reba Isabel Eggert.
Gregory Lamont Atkinson.
Joey Florence cum laude.
Adam Bunch.
Johanna Louise Gardner.
Isaac Edward Wilson.
Laura Franco.
Tate Ellis Bischoff.
Kelly Sue Gardner.
Ryan Mark Borth.
Cassandra Michelle Green.
Joshua Blaine Carlson.
Katie Rose Gross.
Zach J. Campbell.
Edward Gregory Hancock.
Nicholas Wade Clyde.
Audrey Jessica Hanson.
Matthew Charles A. Chapin.
Brianna Lynn Hanson.
Bryant James Charlo.
Stephen Mikan Hasserol.
Alex J. Cochran.
Amanda Headkey.
Ryan John Cook.
Bailey Amber Hewitt.
Jonathan Dean Cotton.
Shaylin Desiree Hoagland.
Amy Teresa Cox.
Courtney Marie Ireland.
Michael John Cron.
Cody Michael Jones.
John Cousins.
Rachel Marie Johns.
Devin Glenn Crichton.
Travis Lee Jones.
Chad Dunkel.
Amanda Nicole Kissler.
Benjamin Lee Dixon.
Lindsay Louise Cruzy.
Bo Donaldson.
Jennifer Ann Lewis.
Tiana Ray Drew.
Colin John Luoma.
Amanda Marie Eagle.
Sammy Inez Mishkot.
Diane Kathleen Edwards.
Kirsten Caroline Miller.
William Joseph Edwards.
Rachel Mabel Myler.
Alexander Williams Eklund.
Melanie Grace Martin.
Stephanie Lynn Fisher.
Kelsey Lynn Matthews.
Mitchell Allen Flynn.
Catherine Elizabeth Murdoch.
Chris Brandon Foyles.
Clarissa Marie Morgan.
Matthew Scott Francis.
Marissa Ann Morskini.
Andrew Luther Gregory.
Sarah Ann Nash.
Stephen Andrew Goodwin, summa cum laude.
Adrian Marie Oden.
Matthew Zachary Guthrie.
William Scott Olar Jr.
Jacob Grindstaff, cum laude.
Angelica Margarita Rios.
Reed Stephen Hathaway.
Sydney Weaverling Roberts.
Kristen Emily Hillier.
Dylan Randall Root.
Justin William Herrick.
Haley Ann Schaefer cum laude.
Rhiannon Lorraine Hayes.
Megan Rose Schroeder summa cum laude.
William Mark Hoffman.
Tiffany Nicole Sharpless.
David Christopher Erickson.
Sheridan Cherry Shane.
Sean Sutton Haggerty.
Jonelle Stahl.
Mitchell Lee Gogurt.
Utis Schwash.
Jack Donald Housley.
William Charles Ty.
Eric C. Holmberg.
Morgan Trewin.
Eric Todd Johnston.
Jordan Nicole Tracy.
Kyle M. Carson.
Jorge Luis Vega.
Aaron Amelia Kitchen.
Dominic Richard Ventresco.
Matthew Robert Klepfer.
Natalie Wren Welch.
Brett Austin Coring.
Elena Siobhan Wolf.
Kevin Conrad Kruger.
Sarah Lynn Woodbridge.
Vance Levitt.
Katrina Lee Werlinger.
Cole Craig Lewis.
Alexandra Grace Weston.
Ignacio E. Lopez.
Zachary Joseph Vodika.
Jason David Lawrence.
Cody James Green.
Derek Michael Arota.
Cassandra Rose Hamilton.
Trevor Cameron McLean.
Caroline Mariah Towles.
Kyle Duncan McLean, summa cum laude.
Kara Walther.
Jonathan R. Andring, cum laude.
Chelsea Marie Breen.
Spencer Lee Marquis.
Lindsay Nicole Williams.
Miguel Angel Martinez Moreno.
Beth Iolian Whitfield.
Anne Rochelle McConnell.
Erin Elizabeth Yost.
Molly Jean McGee.
Daniel Jordan Zeck.
Harvey Walker McHugh.
Haley Lynn Zeisk.
Nadine E.M. Morassi.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Dean Paul Joyce. Connor Shiner McCormick, magna cum laude.
Richard James Munn.
Amy Marion Asanuma.
J. Charles Chandrasekharan Nair, magna cum laude.
Kelsey Renee Bashford.
Luke Russell Nelson. Kyle David Newell, summa cum laude.
Robin Stover Baker, magna cum laude.
Ryan Arthur Oliver.
Andrew Jean Bernard.
Joseph Mitchell Osborne.
Stephanie K. Bedondo.
Donald Mark Haynes.
Audra Ann Borden.
Roman Manuel Pacheco.
Elizabeth Michelle Brandon.
Aaron Christopher Patterson.
Michaela Sarita Brinkmeyer.
Brett James Papineau.
Jarrett Isaiah Brown.
Joshua Bryant Payne.
Mitchell Austin Carey, summa cum laude.
Arnulfo Pelayo.
Alan Michael Carlson.
Spencer William Payne.
Nathan Joseph Costner.
Derek Landos Probst.
Alyssa Nicole Covington.
Philip George Peterson.
Charles Anthony Davlin.
Tyler Lee Marines.
Patrick Ian Dowdy.
Nathan Mark Peterson.
Scott Douglas Ducar.
Christopher Joseph Pratt.
Brennan David Duro.
Nathan S. Pichelle.
Hannah Grace Edwards.
Samuel Richard Qualls, cum laude.
Derek Duane Ellison.
Kelly Song Quist.
Charlotte Elizabeth Entel.
Kyle Edward Rayner.
Diana J. Figueroa.
Jennifer Rose Rainey.
Alicia Michelle Fink.
Jorge Jr. Rios.
Spencer Flade.
Francisco Ramirez.
Joanna N. Gerger.
St. John Alexander Richardson.
Lucas James Gunther.
Jared Draben Reynolds.
Michael Leonard Fouché.
Jeffrey M. Resnichek.
Olivia Deline Guthrie.
Garrett John Rogers.
Eric Allen Hall.
Kirk Elmer Reedner.
Jacob Nelson Hamilton.
Nicholas Gregory Rodriguez.
Natalie Claire Heller.
Brennett David Rodseth.
Corbin Joseph Hennon.
Alexander Reyes Rosen.
Bailey Michelle Hescock.
Colin Hunter Ryan.
Joshua Nathaniel Hildebrand.
Ryan Paul Sackstetter, summa cum laude.
Joshua Nathan Holland.
Alexander Joseph Schoenfelder.
Stephen Daniel Holmo.
Jeremiah Scott Schrader, summa cum laude.
Thomas Lee Jacobs, magna cum laude.
Casey L. Scott.
Joshua Michael Jacobson.
Nathaniel T. Orion Seal.
Whitney Jordan Clem.
Jordan Lee Simonson.
Megan Ashley Litcht.
Jessica Rose Slater.
Jennifer Joanne Light.
Michelle J. Spear.
Deanna Alessandra Lynn cum laude.
Kelby Lee Summer.
Quinn Jerome McPherson summa cum laude.
Garrett Benjamin Stauffer summa cum laude.
Brian Nicholas Marion.
Sharon Marie Strom.
Courtney Lynn Creech.
Nicholas David Stroud.
Cody Alexander McClung.
James Landon Sturgeon.
Rebecca Alice McKenzie.
Chinmay Subedar.
Ryan Allen McMillan.
Sydney Ann Suggs.
Shannon Lee Meacham.
Sarah E. Sumner.
Caitlin Marie Miller summa cum laude.
Bryce Luke Sumner.
Sydney Taylor Moffett.
Samantha Brooke Sutherland.
Kyle Riddell Morgan.
Kadria Elizabeth Swanson.
Heidi Angela Mueller.
John Mark Lewis Swidecki.
Stephanie Elena Nakaruto.
Francis Laszlo Siebert.
Leslie Ann Nickerson.
Arthur Matthew Thomas.
Renee Elizabeth Noon cum laude.
Pierce Edward Trey, magna cum laude.
Alexandria Marie Otter.
Cornelio Tortorica.
Paul Arthur Parker.
Kelsey Marta Vanderwall.
Derek A. Pica.
Benjamin Brent Upper.
Rachel Dawn Price.
Stephen Curtis Van Patten.
Luke Thomas Reed.
Theron Oscar White.
Juana Resendez.
Caitlin Allison Witcher.
Caleb Aaron Robinson.
Micah Timothy Wilson.
Ryan Patrick Rounds.
Kevin Scott Whitco, summa cum laude.
Samuel Harold Salas.
Stephen Kyle Whitco, magna cum laude.
Brock Richard Rule.
Mary Alice Jovanoff.
Adriana Elizabeth Shivo.
Mauro Victor Sarate.
Grady Thomas Shawes.
Students graduating with a bachelor's degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Dean Kurt Pregitzer. Brooke Ashley Jacobson, summa cum laude.
Richard Travis Summers.
Keenan Lewis Allen.
Cody Robert Soldiers.
Kelsey Ray Anderson.
Zachary Edward St. Clair.
Bryant James Appel.
Clayton Dean Schultz.
Pierce Andrew B.
Cody James Stephen.
Benjamin Brown.
Chantel Marie Stinson.
Christian James Brown.
Tara Michelle Summer.
Michaela Patricia Campbell.
Caleb Richard Sutton.
Sierra Marie Cantrell.
Jackson Neil Taylor.
Cody Allen Klein.
Jet James Johnston.
Emily Ann Conklin.
Anthony Robert Kent Tracus summa cum laude.
Joshua R. Corbett.
Marie Frances Trevisan.
Sarah Marie Dengler.
Brian Thon Vo.
Carolyn Michelle Dexter, magna cum laude.
Scotty Joe Williams.
Christopher Ryan Dexter.
Phillips James Wibisano.
Corbin Peyton Dubb.
Alexander Quinn Wixom.
Meredith Lauren Fisher.
Chan Sher.
Kevin James Fuchs, magna cum laude.
Corey Ryan Eatsma.
Samantha Joe Gleisner. Melissa Rose Greenwald, summa cum laude. Shani Lynn Gulliford. Brittany Jo Hoppert. Ronnie Lee Irvin. Amy Elizabeth Keithley. Ashley Marie Keel. Jeb Scott Kinney. Caleb Bennett Christovich. Taylor Kathleen Lasley. Cole Catlin Lindsay. Brett William Little. Kyle Christopher Mundy. Alexandra Marquette Middleton, summa cum laude. Cody Austin Newell. Christopher Joseph Pike. James Bernard Playfair III, cum laude. Michael Joseph Podacek. Charles Harrison Redline. Zachary D. Riley. Allison Lee Reisenauer. Christina Bryn Sims. Jeremy James Shaver. Paige Renee Steinbaugh. John Coleman Tapley. John Michael Chaden. Dawn Louise Trottier. Cindy Christine Vaughn. Cassandra Ann von Nordheim. Alyssa Mary Winkler, cum laude. Wyatt Joseph Williams. Charles James Withers Haley. Nicholas Joseph Zita. Woo!
May I have all the graduates please stand? This is the moment you've been waiting for. Time to move your tassels from your right to your left. Go Vandals! All right, you may be seated. I want to draw the attention of the audience also to the recipients of the Doctor of Medicine degree awarded through the WWAMI, that's Washington, Wyoming, Alaska, Montana, Idaho program in regional medical education, as well as the recipients of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree awarded through our Washington, Idaho regional program in veterinary medical education. The Idaho students graduating in these medical education programs are noted in your commemorative program. Juris Doctor degrees will be awarded at the College of Law commencement ceremony that will be held later this afternoon at 3 p.m. in this facility. I wish to acknowledge, thank, and commend our faculty. You are the source of guidance and knowledge for our students. You set the curricula, you advise, you teach, and you mentor students. You conduct research and develop creative and performing arts and innovations which are shared in classrooms, labs, clinics, studios, fields, and landscapes throughout the state and around the world. Your intellect, commitment, training, experience, and wisdom is the core asset of the University of Idaho. Will the faculty of the University of Idaho please stand to be recognized? Thank you. It's a privilege and a joy to work with our very talented and committed student leaders. I would like to have stand Ivar Gunderson, past president of the Student Bar Association. Nia Ama Olenu, president of the Student Bar Association. Kate Cobb, past president of the Graduate and Professional Student Association. Anthony St. Clair, president of the Graduate and Professional Student Association. Max Cowan, past president of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Nate Fisher, current president of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho. Thank you for your commitment to your fellow students on behalf of the University of Idaho. Let's thank them. I'd like to invite Max Cowan, immediate past president of the Associated Students of the University of Idaho, to say a few words. Max?
Congratulations. I don't want to keep you long, so I'll keep my remarks brief, but I'm very privileged to be here today and stand in front of you and add my voice to the roar of your friends and family as they cheer you across the stage today. I want to honor your hard work, and as the only student who is speaking today, I believe it's my responsibility not to talk about the huge accomplishments, but the small ones. Equally important, these victories that you've accomplished over the past 4 or 5 years is what I'd like to talk about. I want to say congratulations for waking up for that 8 a.m. class, for finding room 44 in the TLC, for hunting down your professor's office in Brink Hall, for trudging through the snow and climbing up to the top of the admin building. It's all of these battles that you've won and the countless triumphs that you've had during your times at the University of Idaho that really make your experience special. I want to say congratulations, be proud, and go Vandals.
Stay right here. On behalf of the University of Idaho, thanks, Max, for serving the undergraduate students and all students this past year, and for your dedication, commitment, and leadership. We have a small gift for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's heavy.
It's heavy. Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution. We are pleased to have Pat Sullivan, National President of the University of Idaho Alumni Association, with us today. Would you please stand once again, Pat? I would like to ask all University of Idaho alumni in the audience and on the platform to rise and welcome the newest members of the University of Idaho alumni. Would you rise, please? Thank you. You students are joining an elite and loyal group of individuals numbering over 100,000. Welcome. Be seated. Thank you. Before we conclude our commencement, I would like to take a moment to thank again the University Wind Ensemble and the Vandaliers. There are so many others who worked for several months to make this event special. My thanks to the University Commencement Committee, the Faculty Commencement Committee, University Support Services, Kibbie Activity Center staff, University Communications and Marketing, the Registrar's Office, the Alumni Office, the Development Office, the President's Office, and all the colleges and faculty and staff at the University of Idaho who had a part in planning this ceremony. Thank you very much. Special thanks to our commencement readers, Jeremy Falk, David Lee Painter, Sarah Nelson, Mark Nielsen, and Terrence Grebe. Great job. Once again, graduates, congratulations. Please join your family and friends at the college receptions immediately following the end of this ceremony, and the locations for those receptions can be found in your programs. Please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess. And before we conclude, we invite everyone to rise for the singing of the chorus of the alma mater. The words are located in your program. Please join us in singing this.